Welcome to our podcast, It's About Payroll. We're your hosts, Brian Escobar and Walter William Duncan III. Whether you're new to the payroll game or a seasoned veteran, we have something for you.
Are you tired of manual employee time tracking and error-prone payroll processes? Discover how TimeTrack Go can revolutionize your payroll and HR departments.
Join our upcoming webinar next Tuesday, October 29th at 2 p.m. Eastern Time to learn more about employee tracking for hourly and salary employees, streamlined payroll integration, a powerful mobile app with geofencing capabilities, accurate PTO tracking and time off requests, using an ordinary tablet for an employee time clock, and automatic holiday pay calculation.
Again, this webinar is next Tuesday, October 29th at 2 p.m. Eastern Time. The link to register is in our show notes, or you can visit TimeTrack Go on Facebook or LinkedIn to register.
Let's go. Welcome back, folks. This is another episode of It's About Payroll. It's about your paycheck. And today we're covering a always classic, fun topic, true payroll crimes. But before we get into it, what's going on, Walt?
What's going on, my brother? I'm good. I'm feeling good. I'm motivated and relaxed after a little bit of PTO.
Oh, nice. That's dope.
Doing good, man. How about you?
I'm good. Yeah, grind. So something about grind, pushing through, reading something like, I don't know. You just got to keep grinding. That was the answer. Keep going. Keep, like we say, right? Keep learning, keep growing, keep going. Most importantly.
Yes.
Keep going.
For real, man. Let go of the rope.
Don't let go of the rope. That's a good one. I kind of think, and maybe just think about sharks. Would they say sharks have to always stay swimming? Is that true? I wonder though. They just sleep swimming.
I have no idea. You gotta ask somebody who's smart about that.
Shark, enough, you would think, with all the Shark Week stuff that goes on.
For a second there, I thought you were going into the song Baby Shark or something like that.
Oh my gosh, no. Oh gosh, no, bro. Don't start with that. That stuff, that song is what they call it, an earworm. It sticks in your head and it's just,
yeah.
They killed it. Whoever started that stuff killed it, bro.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell myself a little bit here. It's probably the inner kid in me, even though I'm in my 40s now. But a song that stays in my head is from Encanto. But we don't talk about Bruno.
Which one? Oh, heck yeah.
I don't know why.
No,
so gets
that transcended ages, I think, right? Because adults, it was an earworm. And I think people just use it as, hey, we don't talk about that. I forget them. They killed it with that.
Yeah.
They killed it with that. Word up.
All right, man. So let's get into it with the current events.
Let's do it.
News updates. So definitely want to send out our condolences and, prayers and best wishes to everyone that was impacted by the recent storms, Hurricane Milton and Hurricane Helene. Definitely want to do what we can. And we encourage you to donate help if possible. Let's do our part to try to make sure that we're doing the best we can for our fellow Americans who are impacted by this and suffered great loss.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah, and then I wanted to give an update on the port strike. I'm sure some of you already are aware of this. That strike was supposed to happen, but the people that worked at the port decided to suspend the strike until January 2025 because they didn't want to impact the economy. So good on them for doing that. And
I thought they actually struck and strike. I thought it went on for a couple of days.
A couple of days, but they decided to suspend it because they didn't want to have any impact for the fellow Americans.
Okay.
And they wanted to give themselves some more time to bargain between whenever they suspended it up until January 2025.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Shout out to that.
And then, hey, the election's coming up. It's, as a citizen of America, it's your right to vote. Not telling you what to do, but get out there and vote. Impact the election coming up or whatever if you want to. Look, if you don't ever happy, you don't like anybody, then whatever. But now it's time to register.
I feel like I had really years ago. Was it the year Obama was? Maybe right before that. I had done the same thing. Like it was election year. I was like, hey, go out there and vote, blah, blah, blah. And one of my coworkers at the time, this is years ago. I'm like, oh, gosh, 10, 15 years, who knows? And they were like, I don't vote. I was like, then you part of the problem. Went in on them, and it was crazy because another coworker was like, yo, I heard you went in on this one, and it felt away. And I was like, all right, well, if you're not part of the solution, you're part of the problem. That's the way the math works. You know what I mean? To the extent that it's true, because there's all this speculation. I just heard some news clip that was saying it's not really the popular vote. It's the electoral. It's facts, right? It's not our popular vote. It's the electoral vote that. But if I don't, and then that's the thing. I got to get smart around it because I feel like, but the electoral vote is based on the popular vote. But I don't know. I don't know enough about it.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping that the vote means something, even if you don't like the two that are there. There are always other candidates on there, and either you like one more than the other and you pull the vote away from that right? Or you just vote for somebody else on neither one of them gets to vote, but somebody else gets to vote. I don't know, man.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Hey, but you might have all that said, you might have an impact the upcoming election, much to what Brian was saying. So if you decide to do it, go ahead. Now's the time to register. Get out there so you can vote. With that being said, I'll move on to the short article that I had. I wanted to do an honorable mention because this is a true payroll crime story. So I wanted to do an honorable mention for it. Just a quick story out of New Orleans. There was a former payroll manager that worked at a law firm in New Orleans, and she was guilty of wire fraud. From 2017 to 2023, she stole over $2.5 million.
What?
$2.5 million. And so what she would do is she would submit false electronic payroll authorizations to an out-of-state processing company and basically put it into her account. And so the only reason that she got caught is because she went on vacation and someone had to cover her for her work.
The only reason she got caught, she's not smart, because you leave that, how would you forget? Wait, oh crap. You know what? And that's a perfect example. We have and get into it more. Yeah. Oh man.
Bro, if you read the story, man, she said that she started, she went big from the first time. She started taking over $10,000 per check.
Dang.
Yeah. And then later increased the amount through the pandemic.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you said 2.5 million. See, and that's the thing. I always get so curious on the follow up. Did she get indicted? Is she doing time? Did she get convicted?
She pled guilty. She was just sentenced. I could not find what the sentence was. She was just sentenced in September this year. And she said the maximum sentence is up to 20 years in prison.
She ain't getting the 20 years.
But she was ordered to pay it all back in restitution. Yeah.
I don't think the what is it? The punishment is enough in these cases. We've seen some with 18 months, 2 years, because it's a non-violent crime. And then you figure, folks, by no means am I encouraging this behavior. Yeah. By no means you will get caught. No, like you can't be like, oh, Brian said you can get away with this and there's no problem. No, I'm just pointing out
our new podcast. It's how to get away.
Yes.
Yours.
No doubt.
Oh gosh.
Yeah. Shoot, after they make shows how to get away with murder, but no. I just don't think, because if you think about it, if she got 2 years, even 3 years, but she has still some of the money, or if she just blew it, then yeah, the 2 years is fine.
Yeah, they said that she bought cars. She bought 8 cars with it. Like
8 cars?
Yeah.
Jeez, what? That's still not $2.5 million unless they were all Lamborghinis, all Ferraris. You know what I mean?
Ferraris, yeah.
Because then, all the cars go back. But I don't know. It's just, I guess my point is, if you actually saved, invested, and made some other winnings and getting money, you put a bag in the ground of it somewhere, you come out in 2-3 years, money's still there, and then the restitution has to be paid back. Yeah, but if you ain't got the money the government's going to put you on a payment plan. They're going to garnish your wages, or you know what I'm saying? All right, but if I have $1 million buried in my backyard still, I'm going to come out and be all right. I don't know. It's not worth it for me. Let's get that great. I know people who went to prison. I ain't trying to go to prison.
Yep, sir.
There's no way. No. Yeah. There's nobody that I know that's been to prison that says, yeah, I'll go back. Like, no. Ain't nobody.
It was definitely worth it.
It was worth it. Yeah. No problem.
Oh, no, I get it, man. All right, so what do you got for us?
Anywho, so you know how we talk about if you're the only one that, like, this is the wrong thinking about some employees is like, hey, if you're the only one that knows how to do a job, some folks think it's job security, right?
Yeah.
Harvard Business Review dropped an article that kind of supports the psychology around why that is the case. And they talk about why folks, like, some people think some employees that hold secrets feel like they have a really big status at the job. Like, it drives how important they feel at work because they have a secret. But they do call out if they think the secret is like...
Hi, I'm Jeremy Ames, your host of Signals, a Starbold Studios production. I'm taking bold ideas and real challenges submitted by leaders like you and turning them into powerful conversation with actionable results. Some weeks, I'll react in just 4 minutes. Others, I'll bring on experts for deeper dives. So send up a signal and I'll throw you a line.
BS, then it's the opposite feeling. So, but all that to say, that for me, it drives that only me. Like, we run into it everywhere you work. There's at least one person in there that you know that doesn't want to share what they know. They think it's a secret, and I'm valuable because I'm the only one that knows how to do this.
Yeah.
And it's not true. That is just not true, because as a leader, I'm trying to change that. Like, I can't have anybody in my team and they're the only one that knows how to do things.
Yeah.
Even my job, I'm not trying to be the only one that knows how to do what I do. I actively share how I do things and what makes me good at this job.
I think that's a part of business continuity.
Yeah.
You know, right? Yeah. Just in case something happened with you or...
See, but you speaking from that leader mentality, you're like, wait, yeah, I agree. Of course you agree. You're a leader. But some frontline workers don't always feel that way because they feel like job security. And people even throw it around as a joke. And I'm like, I don't think I laugh at all when they have. I'm like, ugh. But yeah, so anyway, the article just supports like that psychology around why secrets drive the way employees feel about things. And if you got a good secret that is, I'm important, I'm holding these secrets.
That's what you said.
Yeah, exactly. For those of us in payroll HR, look, I guess there's a lot of jobs that it's par for the course. It's normal. You should be, if you're in a trusted situation, you should be trusted. It's not something special.
Yeah.
You should be able to be trusted in your whole world.
Yeah.
Like, in your whole life, people should be able to trust you. Now, I don't say that to say, oh, you can't have secrets. Oh, of course, human nature, privacy things. There are things that you hold close, but it doesn't mean that it's a secret. Is just, hey, that's private, is very different than secrets. You know what I mean? Anywho, yeah, I thought it was a good article. Peep that. Check that out, folks.
Yeah. Great stuff, Brian.
Yeah, man. Likewise, bro. Let's pay the bills.
Sir, let's get it.
Let's pay the bills. Shout out to TimeTrack Go. TimeTrack Go has introduced an innovative new feature designed to simplify time tracking for both exempt and non-exempt employees. This feature aligns with the recent changes in Fair Labor Standard Act for salaried employees.
By automatically calculating standard 40-hour work weeks and accurately determining overtime where necessary, TimeTrack Go ensures precise employee time while maintaining accurate PTO balances. Additionally, the system can identify instances where non-exempt employees may not have reached that 40-hour threshold. To learn more, please contact TimeTrack Go at 888-321-9922 or visit www.timetrackgo.com. That's TimeTrack go.com. Let's go.
Let's go. Let's go get paid.
Yes, sir.
That's what TimeTrack Go means, is get paid.
Yeah, for real.
Right? Do your time
So you can
or
get
you
paid.
won't get
on time.
paid.
Yep.
That's what I'm saying. I love it's like trending. Brittany Fur has put a few of them out where like people are making videos and stuff about finish your timesheets, submit your timesheets, and like people are just holding. The assumption is like it's the payroll person popping up at work with a sign.
Yes. Oh, shout out to Brittany anyway, because she's the one who told us about this story that we're going to cover anyway for True Payroll.
Yes. But she big timing us, so she ain't got time to come do it with us, because I was like, hey, you should come and be on the show with this one. But yes, Brittany, we're covering it. We didn't get the investigative part in, but you know, our PI is on vacation.
Well, yes. All right.
So Walt is gonna share with us some of these main points from this true crime.
Yeah, I'm gonna cover some key takeaways for the employees that may be thinking about this. And look, no, it's a real thing. Temptation is real. Whether you believe it or
you're
not.
right.
It's a very real thing.
You're absolutely right.
And it happens in different arenas, and it happens in different phases of life. And you could be in a position in life like you've gone through a divorce, you're a single parent, and you're struggling.
Broke as hell.
Yep. And look, this article that we're talking about it involves a former employee who was a general manager at Wendy's in Lancaster County, Pennsylvania. She was charged with wage theft by creating ghost employees. She created a
good old ghost employee
and stole nearly $20,000 over the course of the year. The ghost employee was named William Bright, who was an actual person, believe it or not.
Oh.
Somebody, yes, when you read the article, it was somebody that she actually knew, but he wasn't involved in it. He had apparently he's saying that he had no knowledge of it. This employee, former employee at Wendy's, Linda Johnson, she was responsible for the payroll and logged the time for 128 shifts that were never worked for this ghost employee. The wages totaled a little under $20,000, so $19,898, and were were deposited directly into her Cash App account. After suspicions from other employees led to an investigation, Johnson admitted to the scheme, claiming she had used the stolen money to take care of her children.
It wasn't a lot of money either, bro. You think about it. Think about it. The only reason why I say that is over time. Did they give the time frame on?
It was over the course of a year. It was, like I said, over the course of a year.
Think about that. $20,000 over a year is like another part-time paycheck, basically.
Yeah.
I'm not condoning the action, but $20,000 all at one time is a little bit more desirable. Where I would tend to believe her. She had kids to take care of, and it does not justify the theft.
So the time frame was from June 2021 to May 2022.
What did you say in your research?
18 months.
18 months.
18 months, man.
18 months. So basically, folks, Walt discovered, and while we do all these true crime stuff, right, that's like the average that these cases go undiscovered. Where it could go as long as 18 months. I think we've found stuff that's gone longer.
Yeah.
But when you talking about averages.
The one I mentioned earlier was from 2017 till 2023.
Oh, she got $2.5 million.
Yeah.
She was doing it right. You're going to do it. If you're going to do something wrong, you might as well do it right.
Yeah.
But I'm sorry for this person, Linda Johnson, for this, because so did they talk about like conviction or anything like that, about how much time she got?
No, I didn't see that yet. I know that she's due to be sentenced. I know she was charged in 2023. She turned herself in August of 2023 as well. And she was released on bail for $2,500 unsecured bail. So I think she's still waiting to be sentenced, possibly. If not, I'll give an update if I can find out more.
Look, it was wrong. She should have to pay her dues, but she didn't get rich off this. Like she didn't. It wasn't life-changing money.
Well, for her, it was. Otherwise,
life-changing. Sure. Yep. Agreed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
and look, so in my head of somebody that was trusted, and what do we find? What do we find out? That some of the
It's
CFOs,
Yep.
some of it's those
It's the
higher
leadership.
ranking officials in
Yep.
leadership that
Yep.
do this a lot of times. It's a payroll manager. It's this.
Well,
Yeah.
or a payroll person that is unsupervised.
Yes.
If you're not checking your payroll person, and ghost employee, for those who don't know, is it just as it implies, it's an employee that's a ghost. It doesn't exist, not a real person. Even though this was a real person in life, that wasn't a real employee to Wendy's.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But although we have seen it where they do use real employees
Yep.
that are terminated or something like that, either way, it's a ghosting type of situation where you're paying money to somebody who's not actually receiving it, and you're rerouting those funds to yourself. And that's what the whole ghost thing is. It's just not a real employee or not an active employee for more of a solid definition.
Yeah.
Yeah, folks. Look, I think, I think when I see these cases, all these things coming into my head, like, all right, money's tight these days. Like, things are going so expensive, blah, 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 blah. I feel like she could have probably made more on a side hustle and not ruined her life.
Sometimes the easiest thing seems like the best solution instead of the hard thing, right? Like in that case, it was probably easy for her to do. Hey, I don't have any oversight here. I'm able to go on the system and process payroll and create an employee and say this and say that. And look, at the end of the day, my kids are being fed. We're good. My bills are on time, and they'll justify it. I don't know. Look, I'm not a therapist or anything like that, but I think in her mind, she probably justified it some way, and to try to make her maybe so she was doing something right.
Oh no, she was for herself and family.
Yeah.
She was doing something right. I think about John Q. You remember that movie with Denzel Washington? Think about that all the time when I hear these cases and stuff like that. She's probably the closest one, based on her excuse, to come toward that, because all the other cases we saw, it was like you could tell that they were just blowing the money. And,
that's a great example, because at the end of it, he still was found guilty.
Oh yeah,
right.
You got to go do the time, but it was worth it because he saved his son's life.
Yeah.
If you don't know, John Q was a movie. Wow, it's probably been a while that it's been out. Denzel Washington, go look it up. Great movie. He basically, I think did he like steal medicine, or he held emergency room hostage so his son could get surgery or something like that. And he gladly took the time that was coming to him to save his son's life.
Welcome to Ghosted by the Machine, the podcast about work, hiring, and all the things no one explains after you click Submit Application. We talk about broken hiring systems, AI filters that eat resumes for sport, recruiter ghosting, and the very real humans trying to survive it. Each episode features real stories, honest conversations, and just enough sarcasm to stay sane. No buzzwords, no thrill to announce, no advice written by an algorithm pretending to be a thought leader. If you've ever wondered where your application went, you are in the right place. This is Ghosted by the Machine. No resume required.
Because he couldn't get the money so he figured it out. He hijacked an emergency room. And shoot, wow. So you think already that thing is 22 years old already.
Yeah.
Hi, I'm Stacey Nordwall, host of Toot or Boot, the show that boots burnout culture and calls out corporate nonsense. Each week I talk with bold leaders and good troublemakers who are rewriting the rules of work. We dig into what's broken, what's working, and how to build something better, with a mix of practical advice and humor. If you're ready for a healthier, more human workplace, this is your show.
Dang, good gosh. But it's a great, basically classic old movie now, right? Great flick. Go check it out if you haven't seen it.
Yeah.
And it's just basically that, like somebody who did something, a good person that did something wrong for the right reasons, and he took the time.
Yeah, look, and you may be in a position as an employee, no matter what industry you're in, you may be in a position where you have the opportunity to do it and you're thinking about it. You need to really think about the consequences, because to Brian's point, Yes, she claimed that she did it she took the money to take care of her kids. That did her her legal responsibility.
You still, maybe if it's something the jury or ruling of the judge, maybe he's a little lighter on the sentence, but no, you going to jail regardless. You get caught for that. But hey, if it was worth it for her, great.
Think about the risk. You have to think about the risk.
You got to think about the consequences.
Think about your professional reputation. This is a general manager.
Yes. Oh my God. You say professional representation. I think about one of my coworkers, E. Lee. Shout out to E. Lee. And she prided herself so much on reputation. I was moving down here, and I didn't even. I'm gonna put it out there, E. Lee. I wasn't asking her to lie, but she took it like it was like, I was just like, hey, just say you don't remember when. Because I was trying to get this job, bro. I was trying to move down to Florida. And it was so long ago again. I was just like, hey, just say you don't remember, girl. And she's like, what? She gave me this whole speech beyond reproach. And then I was like, yes, I know, but I wasn't even asking about all that. But so just when I hear professional reputation, I always think about Erica Lee.
Yeah.
And just the example that she set for me in my career about that, just big sis, like just putting it down for me. And
that thing we created. What's that thing we said? You are your brand.
That's right.
So people are going to associate that with you now because of the choices that this person made.
Exactly.
That is not her new brand.
Hard for her to work. Yeah, it'd be hard for. And that was thinking about is, wait a minute, man. How are you going to work later? You're doing this for the now. But if you get caught now, are your kids now in a worse situation because you got to go do time somewhere? You got to eat. It's going to be hard for you to get a job. Anything in a trusted value as far as work is concerned, you're not going to be able to get it. I don't know, folks. I think folks just are not thinking of the consequences. And look, I'm telling you, you talk to more criminals than not, and they tell you it's not worth it. Yeah. If there's somebody out there that says there's probably some mental wellness issues with them. You know what I mean? There's nobody of their right mind that continues on that criminal route after they've felt some consequences from it. There's just nobody that I've met, and I've been in, and not as a resident, but I've been in prisons and I've talked to people. And one dude was like, oh, I do not want to come back here no more. And guess what? You know what I have to do to stay out of here? Not do crimes.
Yep.
That's it.
And sometimes that is doing the hard thing. And look, when you have to feed your family, sometimes doing the hard thing is like having a second job. Is working double shifts. There's lots of parents that are doing that right now. Decided to
get on TikTok. Look at that. We just saw a post, and it was like somebody in your family needs to be pursuing TikTok. Or social media. It's not guaranteed, but that's why I said somebody needs to be pursuing it, because you never know what you can spark and boom. There's so many people, one-hit wonders that leverage things and take it. We got some takeaways.
Once you get.
You want me to go first?
Yeah, I talked about the stuff for the employees about.
Did you?
Reputation.
Oh, look at you! Look at you working it in all smooth.
So you
look at you. Yes, some takeaways for the employers, the managers, and the owners of things, and then this could stretch to payrollers as well, depending on how much influence you have in your job, how much you want to help your job. I think it's a great opportunity for payrollers to learn from these things, and even just not payrollers, folks. If you're someone at a job where you can lend insight on things, if you're in HR, if you're a manager, if you're in operations, like almost anybody could go tell somebody, hey, I heard this podcast. It's about your paycheck. And they said these things happen. So how about we get strict on our stores and implement these things so that we can catch this stuff. You could literally be anybody at a job. And if it's applicable, make the recommendation. People love, you're going to save me some money. You're going to save again. Hey, now we're talking, right? Because again, if y'all haven't picked it up yet, Walt and I have been successful in our careers because we do things that help our companies grow or save money. And even if it's incremental, it could be little. Those little things build up. And hey, maybe I didn't sell a deal that made $1 billion, but I did something in payroll that saved $1,000. And if I do that every payroll, guess what? I'm saving significant money. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
And just for your managers to think, oh, wait, wow, he's doing something that is, or she is doing something that helps, that strengthens the payroll oversight or the managerial oversight, right? So that's the number one takeaway on the employer side is strengthen your payroll oversight. This was a ghost employee, okay? So employees should implement little stringent controls over the payroll process. That should be, first of all, me and Walt teach that literally. We literally teach this to payrollers is you have to have oversight. You have to have audits, right? Controls in place. We teach it in our course. We say, hey, these type of things happen and these are the ways to protect against it, right? Allowing one person to control the beginning to the end of something is not a good control. You need somebody to check that, even if it's hindsight, right? Hey, I may not have time to check it in the midst of processing payroll, but if somebody was checking this manager after the fact, they would have seen, wait a minute, who's this guy? Where's William at? I've never seen William Bright up in here. Bright light. So they would have seen no light and they would have figured it out, right? So that type of one person over it all creates a big vulnerability for payroll.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Man.
Regular reviews, multiple approval steps. And especially now with systems, one of the big questions that we get when we teach is, how does a payroll system help? And payroll system helps because you can build in workflow, you can build in controls, you have robust reporting that allows you to analyze this data. Sometimes a really good system has the dashboard for you already and is calling out the things. And as AI continues to grow, I imagine these systems are going to start catching a lot of this stuff for us.
You can have those processes in place.
And just start reporting it up. But guess what? If you have only one person in the system that knows the whole system and nobody else knows it, as I was saying earlier, the secret, not good.
You remember that story that we did? It was one of the true Payroll stories where a person in California or something like that was the only person with the access, the login credentials. And I think they reset them or they did something until like the city was locked down. They couldn't do anything for a little while because this one person was the only person who could actually do it.
I hear that story now in technology cases still. This person had the only login, they left, they're gone. And I've heard that time and time again. Use of technology, as we're talking about pay words and passwords and this stuff, right? Use of technology, you got to make sure you have redundancies, right? Because employers can leverage automated payroll systems that flag suspicious activity, such as excessive shifts. That's a time and attendance system. Use a good time and attendance system. Shout out to TimeTrack Go. We'll check them out. If you don't have a time and attendance system, go look up TimeTrack Go. Go get it. Employee reporting channels. Encourage a culture where employees feel comfortable reporting suspicious activity. Okay. You got to anonymous, make them feel comfortable doing it, right? In this case, employees will raise the concerns for you. That's an awesome thing, right? Radical transparency. If employees feel like, look, you stealing, that takes away from what I can grow from. No, you can't do that. Comprehensive audits is another one. We talk about this in our courses ad nauseum because these are the things that help you catch this stuff. Have good audits. And then 5, the last one is insurance and recovery. Employers should have fraud insurance in place to protect against losses. In this case, the restaurant's insurance covered nearly $16,000 of the stolen amount, reducing the final impact on the business.
That's good.
That was great. Yeah, that's great. It reduced the loss because I'm sure there's a premium even there. Yeah, I got insurance. I lost $20,000. I got $1,000 deductible. Okay. 16,000 was what I get back. Okay, hey, that works, right? Because it's helpful, and that's what it's out there for. Build the safeguards, folks. If you're an employer out there, you may say, or a manager. Again, if anybody with influence or that somebody's listening, build in these safeguards and help them minimize that risk.
Yes.
Because
Well-
it could add up a lot of money, man.
Yeah. So, because think about it, if you're a payroll manager and you have a team of people that process payroll for you, but you process the corporate payroll, you should have at least, in my opinion, there should at least be one person on your team that you trust enough, just in case you're out on vacation, that they can process the corporate payroll in your stead, right? Yeah. So, like,
Absolutely.
that's an example of you not operating in a silo. Because me, if I operate in a silo, I'm the only one processing the corporate payroll. I'm the only one with access to do that, to run reports and stuff like that. That may bring a situation up where that temptation comes into place. And God forbid, the situations in my life, there are prevailing situations in my life where I decide to do that because I need the money to do that, because the bills are piling up and, hey, mortgage is behind, stuff that we're struggling. Like you said earlier, of us are experiencing hard times. What is that stat? Like 50%, 60% of Americans live paycheck to paycheck?
70% is up to.
70% of Americans
70%.
live paycheck to paycheck. So, think about it. Well,
and that's,
right.
exactly. So it's a perfect segue into the safe talk. In your opinion, was the failure on multiple levels, since this situation wasn't prevented from the beginning, especially since an external audit found the issue? Oh, was the case with this?
Yes.
Oh,
So employees may have raised a concern, but this went on for a year. And so the employees raised a concern about it eventually, but they should have already had an audit in place regularly to catch this.
Yeah. Like at least quarterly.
Yeah.
But if you're not doing it every paycheck. But think about it though. We're in the mix there. So it's okay. If they go up to, because a Wendy's it might not be standalone, even if it is, right? If the new hire reporting is going from the general manager up the ladder to someone else, they don't know who's in the Wendy's. They're like, all right, great, new hires, boom. And they file the report. It's automated, right? Some of them systems is automated.
And look, she used somebody that she knew. So maybe she had access to his social input. So maybe when, that he verifies stuff.
Right, it's a legitimate person.
So it's a legitimate person.
So E-Verify would have validated.
Right. How else, I guess, to go back to the question, do you feel like there were multiple failures on the different levels, HR, payroll, since it wasn't prevented?
I don't know. I think that I'm thinking through, right? Because I'm in this loop. Like, we're both in this loop. I mean, think through it. Like, with the amount of data that we process through.
Look, but for me, a company, now I understand that not all franchises, especially in the case with Wendy's, maybe they all don't process payroll through the same variety like that. So it would be easy for me to say, oh, they should have a quality control person to check on that stuff. But that may not be the case. You know what I'm saying? So
it could, I mean, because the way it works is it could be the owner owns one, or they can own 100.
Yeah. Yep. But we don't know.
And right. Believe me, I do think of ways to try to prevent this stuff and catch it. So clearly there was a failure somewhere. But the audit, hey, the third-party audit caught it. Those auditors look great now.
Yeah, and they were insured. So they covered, the insurance company covered the majority of that money. So 2,000 of 20,000 was covered.
Recovered. So the person's going to go, you're going to have, you fired the person, they're going to have some legal impact. I think it's solved. For me, case closed, solved. And as far as that franchise owner, maybe you increase that audit to twice a year.
Something.
Whatever audit caught it, twice a year. I do an audit that's fairly simple, and it's checking direct deposit accounts. So I'll run a report and see how many duplicates I have, if any, on direct deposit accounts. Now, that's not to say, hey, and by the way, folks, we're running over here and we're talking more payroll stuff here. feel free to drop anytime, but this is interesting stuff. The audit, that's not to say that you can't have duplicates, because I have run in situations where I have a man and a wife, or a spousal couple, a partnership, even parental parents and children that share direct deposit accounts.
And look, in this case, she was having the funds direct deposited into a Cash App.
A Cash App.
Direct deposit.
Yeah, but still, there's this, which they probably can pull the info for and look it up somehow. I would love to see how they actually caught this, because there's probably another way that I'm not even thinking of on the employee standpoint. So that's one of the ways I catch it. Another way that I not catch it, but encourage a check is if I onboard like a new manager at Endeavor, new school leader would come on, and I would encourage to see everybody. I would say, hey, here's how you pull your roster. Please make sure that you put a face with all these names. Validate who these people are, and you know who your team is. And they were small enough that it was an easy task, because of course. And everybody was super professional, and they, absolutely, no, without doubt. But it was just something to do. That's another way. And you could warn, and that's a way you're warning the manager as well, because if they were fraudulent, that kind of let you know, oh, shoot, Brian talking about, I need to see all these faces. That means he's looking at this already. So
another good audit before we close this out is because she manually entered the time for this person. So you can do an audit, because most time systems, you can see who made the entry or made the punch. You say, why did she enter all this stuff?
That's a really good. So what Walt is saying, if you have an automated system and 1 out of 1,000 employees are automated, and this one person is getting keyed in their whole time, every time, that is called, not that it's impossible, not that it's, meaning something's wrong, right? It doesn't have to lead to fraud. It could lead to
training.
Oh yeah, that's my son, and I just do his thing all the time. Or, that's, you're going to find something wrong behind it. Like, why are you doing it for this one? It's my friend. And it doesn't, I'm not saying it's right at all, but it's going to be something wrong behind that. You know what I mean? But that's a good one. That's a good one. And that's the thing. That's why we say, use reliable systems, go get the TimeTrack Goes, go get the systems out there that are reliable, because you can pull these reports, you can create these audits, you can create the bells and whistles. Another one, for instance, is some systems will let you know if my direct deposit information changes, I get an email from my system that says, hey, your direct deposit information just changed. So if somebody was able to hack into my account and change it, but they didn't reroute the email, like they didn't know enough to change something else, guess what? I'm going to get it, right? And even if they change the email, you're going to get that as well. There's going to be notifications on it. So that's a good way as well. There are a bunch of little things, right? You know what I mean? And folks, just listen to the episodes. Go look at our auditing ones. Go look at our true crime ones. We talk about it all the time. Every time it comes up, I try to think about new stuff to share.
Hey, reach out as well. Let us know any audits, any checks and balances,
clever ways that you use,
any controls that you use currently. We'd love to hear about it, man. Folks.
That's it, folks. We went a little bit over today, but we'll be all right.
Yeah, it's all good, y'all. Until next time,
we love you.
Peace.
Peace.
Before we sign off, here are a couple quick things. Don't forget to follow It's About Payroll on LinkedIn, and It's About Your Paycheck on Facebook and TikTok.
Thank you for being part of our payroll community, and thank you for being a part of this journey with us. Until the next time, keep learning, keep growing, and most importantly, keep going.